live for another Saturday live stream. I'm not even in the center of my bloody camera today. But we have a busy chat today. Oh, I love it when I, come on live and the chat's already, bumping, and I just came out of the 90s, didn't I? But yes, so who is already all here today? We have Trekopedia, we have Evanstar, we have Truck, we have Cosmortal Comics, we have Captain Logan, we have Sean, we have Greg, we have Simon. Yes, that's everybody. Yay! Hello, everyone. How has everyone's week gone? How has everyone's Saturday been? Yeah, tell me what's been going on. I have had such a lazy Saturday today. I literally got up and went, no. Today was very much a no. I'm not doing anything. Yes, Demona number 5 comes out next week, and the upside is I ordered it from a different comic shop. Not that it made a difference, distance-wise for me. They're still kind of like a 20-minute drive. But the upside is that they tend to notify me usually like the day before sometimes. So I'm hoping that at least maybe on Wednesday I can actually go get Demona number 5, and we're gonna discuss it here on Saturday. Next Saturday, Demona talk, because I will get number 5. I will use Wednesday, Thursday, Friday to read through everything, and we will discuss. We know how to keep the chat bumping. Oh yeah. Finished my holiday shopping today. Good for you, Greg. I haven't even started. To be fair, most of my friends live elsewhere. I have a handful here, and usually here it's just, look, let's all just kind of go have dinner and whatever type thing, like not big into the gifts. And with everyone else, again, they're long distance, so shipping anything costs an arm and a leg. So we just do Christmas cards, which I really should get those out. Somebody kicked my butt on Monday to actually send out my Christmas cards. So yeah, it's usually we see each other at a convention and like we'll buy something for one another type thing. We do that instead. Yeah. And plus then I if no one gets me anything, which is fine. I don't expect Christmas gifts, but come July when I see everyone in Toronto, I'd be like, yo, what? I finally ditched my old computer and I'm watching on a shiny new one. I despise computer shopping, Truck. I will be honest. It's a thing that we all kind of have to do eventually. I was quite mad when my Mac died because I had had it for over a decade. And then it's like, great, laptops cost an arm and a leg. But luckily, when I had to buy my new laptop, it was still a good time for Black Friday deals. The Canadian ones were crap. I didn't even bother. But I think it was Dell that I bought mine from. They had a fantastic Black Friday deal. And yes, it was an American dollar, so it didn't really help. But Black Friday deal, and then they had like an extra coupon or something. I ended up spending $1,000 US on a $3,000 laptop. So first of all, they're overcharging. If I can get away with spending only $1,000 on a $3,000 laptop, y'all are overcharging. And then my mother was nice enough to go, look, we'll make this your Christmas present. Don't worry about the conversion rate or anything. So upside to that, yeah. What else has been going on? Yeah. Upside, Truck, you are shopping at the right time for computers. So yeah, just keep an eye. And the upside is what I've noticed, because Truck is one of my fellow Canadians. We're so rare. We should be put in a zoo. The upside is with the tariff situation between the two countries, very little is tariffed from the States into Canada. We're like, I also, when I bought my laptop, first of all, there were no tariffs. And I was lucky enough that I had a friend back in Ontario. That was the other part of the story that I forgot to mention. Because, yeah, here's shipping to, they wouldn't actually, Dell would not ship to Canada. there's like, they kept going, no, nor would they let me use a Canadian credit card. It was because essentially it was like, hey, yeah, we have a Canadian website, go use that. No, you don't have the Black Friday deal. Nor did they have the computer. That was the stupid thing. Dell Canada did not have my laptop on their website. I had to buy it from American Dell. But yeah, I had a friend who had an American post box, whatever the heck that is, in Niagara Falls, or Buffalo, I should say. So she had an American credit card. So it's like, look, I will give you the money up front. My mother will then pay me back, and then we will ship it to your box in Buffalo when you pick it up, and then ship it to me. It was fun. Horrible week. Work has beyond stress. But no talking work. It's Saturday and it's Gargoyle Nation time. Evan, the way I sometimes would talk about work and at the same time not talk about work was just like bleh, just like everything else, but not work specific type things. I'm not quite sure how I did it, because now whenever I work, it's just like no, no, I don't care anymore. Let me just go do my job. Been busy making videos today. What you talking about? Can we get some insight, Cosmortal? And excuse me, guys, the temperature in the house is weird today. Oh, excuse me. My nose has been running all day. It's been weird, but also it doesn't help. Our temperatures are in constant flux currently, so we went from -20 yesterday to -7-ish today, and I think we're going up to 10 tomorrow. I'm not converting any of that for you guys, but we're going up and down with our Chinooks lately, so somehow being indoors for most of the time it still gets me. So been busy with work this week, and I have a manager who wants me to apply for a process assistant position. Only if it comes with more money, Sean. Never accept more responsibility unless it comes with more pay. Cosmina, don't worry about being late. Half the time I'm almost late for my own live, okay? That's how I do things. Cons of Summer Dreams. Back from Mexico! Welcome to the snow! Tired as all hell because we were transferred while it was midnight. No. Oh no. My last terrible flight experience was coming back from Baltimore last year. That was a nightmare because Baltimore is this dinky little airport, unfortunately. So it's unless you have also like a dinky little airport where you live, you're always going to have a layover somewhere. So my layover was at DFW, Texas. Yeah, that was not fun. We were stuck on the tarmac. Luckily, after quite a few hours, the pilot let us off the plane so we could go eat and whatever. I don't remember how much time we were just stuck there, though. And granted, my layover was quite late. I think I had like I was supposed to have like a 4 or 5 hour layover. No. Wow, my brain's just gone. No, I think we had to divert to another airport and then to DFW. I think that's what happened. I kind of just put it out of my mind because it was such a bad trip. That's right, my layover was in DFW. We had to land somewhere else because there was a storm. We were stuck for forever. And then, but I had my layover from DFW to Calgary was supposed to be a decent sized one. So I was looking at the time, it's like, it's whatever. But it was absolute nonsense. So by the time we got to the actual airport, my, of course, plane had left, and they didn't want to give me a hotel room. Like, we landed around 11 p.m. or midnight, and they didn't want to give me a hotel room. And I'm just like, I'm not sleeping in an airport. You're giving me a hotel room? Because it was a good 7 hours. I'm like, I'm not sleeping in an airport. No. They finally gave me one. And they sent me to a hotel that was fully booked. Yeah. So I slept in the lobby of a hotel and then finally got my flight and finally made it back home 28 hours after I was supposed to initially land at home. That was fun. So at least now I know if I ever have to go back to Baltimore, I'm going out the same way I came in. Going in, because it was layovers no matter what. Like I said, Dinky Airport. But what I did, because I just wanted to no. It was just no. I flew from Calgary to Toronto and then Toronto to Washington. I did that instead and then drove into Baltimore because at least landing in Toronto, because also the last time I did a layover, Air Canada we didn't put your luggage on the plane. So I refused to deal with that again. So I booked 2 separate flights. So Toronto, I picked up my luggage. I'm like, you're putting it on the second plane. Don't forget it this time. But at least landing in Toronto means I get to stay, in my own bed in Toronto. My mother gets me from the airport. That was a long... What were we talking about? Why am I rambling about this? But Cons of Summer Dreams, it's good that you're back from Mexico. Sorry about the weather. Hopefully you recuperate well, because, yeah, that sucks. Greg recorded Gathering Part 2 for Voices last week and recording First Impressions to attach to the beginning this coming week, so may have already read Demona. Get out. Get out. Get out. No, I joke. Mine's a custom-built gaming rig that a local small computer business gave me a deal. Nice! I've always wanted one of the fancy gaming rigs, but I don't game on the computer. It's literally a waste. I'm like, the towers themselves are really pretty. That's the only reason why I want to game. Oh, Sean's buying me stuff. Sean, what are you doing? No. Hey, Bruce McDonald. Welcome to the insanity. That whisper. There's Splargery Goobert. I love that name. Splargery Goobert. The chat jumped on me again. Yes, Lisa is here. Wow. 0 to 4. Yes, it's not. I'm just trying to pick good music for my video reviewing TGC, so yeah. When it comes, make sure it's royalty free and all that stuff, Cosmina. Don't want any of your videos taken down because of copyright and all that stuff. Getting ready to talk about Rook Exodus number 9. Ooh. I watched your storytime video today. Your Goliath voice was on point. I thought it was Keith David. Truck, no, don't lie here. Don't lie. It would come with more hours and more pay. Okay. As long, again, as the pay is worth the extra hours. Ferovoco. I'm not pronouncing that. Ferovs. I'm going for Fero. You're going to get the accent, so Fero. I hope that's okay. Hi. Diego. There we go. Bunkering up for winter conditions here. -18 with bagels and Aldi wine. That's how you do it. That's how I would add hot cocoa with that, but that's just me. Sounds like more reasons to just not fly anymore these days. Cosmina, I have if I have a direct flight, pretty much everything goes off without a hitch to a certain extent. They just exhaust me because of standing in line for customs if I'm going to the States, or just security nonsense, which never has anything to do with me. Although LA does not like my one hand cream. Their machines are sensitive. It's whenever there's a layover, everything goes to hell. I went to LA 4 years ago. I'm forgetting. No, 4 years ago was 2021. We were in the middle of a pandemic. Let's say 2022. I don't know my years anymore, but it was right after things started opening up again. And so flew to LA, but the hotel was in Burbank. So actually landed in Burbank. But there was a layover in San Francisco. Fine, perfectly fine. On the way back, again, it was a repeat. Burbank, San Francisco, Calgary. Plane was broken or whatever. Stuck in San Francisco for 10 hours. And couldn't leave the airport. So I avoid layovers. I try to control my layovers now. 'Cause no. Wow, I would have asked for a refund. It will. At a certain point, like, I just don't want to argue with the airlines, and they've been not nice. Greetings, Kojo. I don't think I will ever be traveling far distances, especially getting on a plane. Flying's not for everyone. I will give it that. Especially now with the way the airlines keep trying to make more money and giving us less. I never judge anyone for that. Did you just start the stream at 8 o'clock? Yes, I did. It is always 8 p.m. Eastern when I start. So I bought my first Transformers blockies today. Just waiting to open it when I'm not working on content this weekend. Oh my god, Captain Logan. So excited to know who you got. And I did... For the friends who are like, but you know, we want to buy something little dinky or whatever, I'm like, I gave them the blockies as an option because it's like they're $5. Go ahead. Like I still have I still have my little Skywarp right here, and I have my little Shattered Glass Prime right here. They're right here with me. They're so tiny and cute. I just hate the instructions. They're this big. Do I still have them around here? Because I will show you. Oh, geez. I have Primal stepping on a piece. I know I have the instructions here somewhere. My desk eats things. My bedroom eats things. My desk eats things. There's some, but they're like that big. They're legit about the size of this. Like, a gaming PC is very convenient since Steam has a lot of games. A lot of people still prefer to game on a console, though, because it feels weird for them to play video games on a computer. I've played video games on a computer. It's not that it's weird. Like, I get very used to the controls quickly, I guess, because I've been gaming essentially since I was like 6 or 7. Here's your Nintendo. I've been gaming for forever. It's just, for me, it's either constantly plugging in and unplugging my laptop because I don't have a desktop computer, I only have a laptop. So it's either doing with that or keeping it constantly plugged in, and then it gets warm and then you have to unplug it. Like, it's that, whereas the console, it's just plugged in, play, that sort of thing. What I need to do, actually, because I have a Raspberry Pi, and there's a bunch of Mega Man games that I really want to go back and play, I need a Nintendo controller that can plug into the Raspberry Pi, because I tried using, I have a GameCube controller. Obviously, neither one of them is official, whatever. It's the stuff that plugs into Raspberry Pis. But because the GameCube has more buttons, I keep automatically trying to use the other buttons. And for Mega Man, especially Mega Man 2, it's Nintendo. It's a 2-button game. So I'm hitting buttons that do nothing. So I did have a Nintendo one. It died. For some reason, it just died. I don't know. I used it 5 times. It died. Is this thing finally working? I don't know, Logan. You tell me. I make my own music for my video so I don't have to deal with YouTube. Cosmortal, I am actually envious of that. I've been in band, and when I say band, I mean like school band. Nothing cool. But creating music, kudos to that. Like, yeah, that's always been something I've never been able to manage. If Voices from the Eerie ever reviews TGC, we'll likely use that music bit from Kill Bill every time the bride spots one of our targets. Do it. Please do it. Greg Weisman and Tad Stone did an interview on Wednesday for Ernie, the Blurred Without Fear channel. I think they talked about Darkwing Duck and Gargoyles comics crossover. More than likely they did. So if you guys are looking for more info, there you go. That is awesome. Thank you, Kojo. Mouth does not want to work. I am just very happy my voice came back. Not that I lost it today, but I woke up. I'm pretty sure people have that, gravelly, voice sometimes when they wake up, that groggy voice. Mine didn't want to go away. It's still kind of there. And so because it didn't want to go away for the longest time, it literally cleared up probably about an hour ago. Probably halfway through this stream, it's going to come back. You guys are going to hear it. You guys are going to hear my morning voice. Hello, mighty dark side. Layovers are exhausting. I usually don't mind layovers. It's just, I'd rather the long ones. They are exhausting, but I just don't want. One time I had a layover getting to Orlando, and because I had to go through customs in Toronto, because I nearly missed my connecting flight in Toronto to get to Florida. So that's why I hate layovers. It's just I want the time. Potato Leo looks very distinguished. I love Potato Leo. I'm so funny thing. I was actually going to release Potato Leo on Wednesday because that was the 10th, and that was Greg Berger's birthday, and he voiced Leo. I don't know what happened on Wednesday, but it was midnight, and I turned on the TV to just kind of relax for a bit, and I went, I don't have a potato. I forgot to draw my potato. So at 12:30 in the morning, pull up my tablet, start drawing Leo. Luckily, everything kind of went in my favor. Leo took about an hour and a half to get done. I hate beards. I hate drawing beard. I hate drawing hair. I hate it. I despise it, but I did it, and he looks adorable. Ooh, the stomach is growling. They make big blockies. Yes, they do make big blockies. I want that sound wave. That like light up everything sound wave that they have. Because essentially for me it's the next best thing to the one from oh dear. I feel so bad that I'm forgetting their name. But the transforming sound wave that was just announced last week. You guys will give me the name in a second. Just like I said, I woke up today and went no. Brain went no. So, but yeah, that company, like that's for me, that's the next best thing, and it won't cost me $1,000. Watched the new Fantastic Four movie this week. I still need to do that. I liked it, but I'm still scratching my head about why they gender swapped the Silver Surfer. I didn't even know they did that. Who knows? I haven't flown since my eldest was 2. She did not handle it well. Luckily, we were only going to Edmonton. Ew, Edmonton? Edmonton's fine. It reminds me very much of Hamilton. But yeah, I haven't flown since Convergence. Lucky you, Greg. Last time I was on a plane for Convergence, trip there was great. Trip back sucked. See, for me, I did Calgary to Toronto because that's where my layover was. Toronto to Convergence, so Minnesota. They didn't put my luggage on the plane. So if you saw me on the Thursday of Convergence, what I was wearing was all I friggin' had. I learned from that trip. I now have a spare change of clothes. Luckily, I always have a spare toothbrush. Little miracles. But yeah, now I have a spare change of clothes in my carry-on because... So the next day at Convergence, finally got my luggage. Missed out on a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm really mad. That trip was, for the beginning part of that trip was a disaster. Did Convergence, then flew back to Toronto, and then did TFCon that week. So one weekend was Convergence, the next weekend was TFCon. Stayed in Toronto for, I think, another week, and then flew back home. It was a very long trip. Would it be bragging to mention that I've flown myself around? Okay, Moran, we need to chat. Okay? If I can avoid the big airlines and everything, we need to chat. We will figure stuff out. Pretty cool that some can make their own music for vids. The only way I can do that is by singing, but I'd need to practice again. No one needs to hear me sing. No one needs to hear me sing. I sing in the shower and I sing in the car. That's it. That's because it's fun. Or when I have the house to myself. No one needs to hear me sing. You had Una as your potato last week, and I see her voice actress Sarah Douglas had a birthday on yesterday. Not sure if you mentioned it in your Day in History short. I'm pretty sure I did. Let me double check my script, because I don't trust my brain. It would be really nice if my computer would... That's the wrong file. Brain. There we go. Let's see. Sarah Douglas. Did I mention her? Yes, I did. December 12th. That was yesterday's. She was born in Stratford upon Avon. Yay! I didn't miss it. If I have to do a layover, I'm rather picky about which airport it is. I'm not picky about the airport. I'm just picky about how much time I got and if I can avoid it. In 2023, I flew over to Denver with a layover in Chicago, and I had 5 minutes to deboard my plane and get to the second plane. I was nervous about my checked-in luggage. Thankfully, no issue. I remember one time, I think I was flying back from Italy with my mother, and we had a layover. No, it wasn't. Was it Italy? No, maybe Argentina. Probably Argentina. Anyway, it doesn't really matter where, but we had a layover somewhere, and our connecting flight was actually flying out earlier than was we had been told, like our ticket set or anything. So we had to rush to our connecting flight. Got back to Toronto. They didn't put our luggage on the flight. Luckily, we were flying home, so it's like, okay, there's no biggie. But this... I completely forgot that they had forgot. So that's twice. That's happened to me now. RoboSend, thank you, Truck. Oh, God. When it comes to names, companies, people, pets, anything, I'm bad with them. I'm really bad with names. It's just never been my forte. I only have really flown back home to Pittsburgh as well as a trip last year to Florida. I work for an airline in a small role. Thing is, it's still so damn expensive to travel. It really is. It's a lot of when you book and what time of year you're flying. So like one of my girlfriends, I saw her yesterday and she wants to go to Montreal this winter. And I still keep staring at her going, why are we going to Montreal in the dead of winter? Montreal's nice. I will give this... Why? Granted, Montreal in the summer, stupid expensive. And I know it's like, I think it's like $250, whatever, almost round trip to fly to Montreal this time of year, which is fine. Not this time of year, it's December, but winter. And just like, Montreal has a habit of ice storms. It's a going thing, although they had the last big one a few years ago, so maybe there won't be one this year. But I hate traveling in the winter. I did it once. I've done it more than once. Don't like it. Keep hitting the mic. There is a female Silver Surfer in the comics. See, I don't read, but hey, there you go. They gender swap the Surfer because Shalabal appears in a comic storyline as the Surfer instead of her frequent love interest Norton Rad. Very cool. There you go. Another pointing out that they didn't really gender swap. See, that's the thing. It's a lot of people, and it's not a bad thought to have. It's like, oh, why did they gender swap? But there are people who read the comics go, nope, not a gender swap, literally exists. As long as no one gets angry when they think it's a gender swap, then we have a problem. But if it's just a why did they gender swap, then you just get people going, oh no, that's not a gender. It happened in the comics. You had to have read the comics to know it wasn't. To be fair, I wouldn't go to Edmonton for any other reason than to see my sister in Leduc. Otherwise, nope. Sorry, my stomach is loud today. No, see, I would go to Edmonton for West Edmonton Mall because of the indoor water park. And the best time to go is when the kids are in school. So you get the water park to yourself all bloody day. If anyone ever has to go to Edmonton, I highly recommend it. Woo, and the chat keeps jumping on me again. Okay, I'm a little behind on your day in history shorts. Oh, truck, no. How dare, no. To be fair, I wasn't able to post my Today in History short today because of YouTube. YouTube makes no sense to me anymore. And now this has happened twice. So if it happens a third time, I'm going to go, YouTube does this on purpose. I am doing a scientific study right now. So the last time I missed posting This Day in History is because it was crazy Thursday, whatever, stuff happened. I couldn't get it out. But the few shorts before then had all substantially suffered. Like I get anywhere between 800 and like 2,000 views a short, which shorts wise is very, but it's doing what I want. It's getting eyes on the channel. So in terms of that, the number really doesn't matter to me for shorts. I don't get any benefit other than people find out about Gargoyles, they remember it, they join the channel, yay. They find out about the comics, spend the money. Animated show one day. But yeah, the shorts right before that Thursday that I missed had all substantially dropped. And I'm talking like 50 views. And when it comes to shorts, it's mostly, it's not the same as a long form video. It's YouTube has to push it because it's kind of like TikTok, whatever, you're just swiping through videos. So for it to substantially drop, it's not a thing of people not clicking, it's a thing of YouTube not showing it. So I missed that Thursday. And the next day, the numbers went right back up. So this week, again, the past two shorts have dropped significantly. I think like 43 on one of them. The numbers are bunk. So when I was about to post today, so I'm like, you know what? No, I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to let Saturday go without, which since you guys are here today, on this day in Gargoyles history, today's the 13th. In 1983, Mary Renault died in Cape Town, South Africa. In 1994, the non-canonical Fiends in High Places was released, and in 2006, The Journey was released. So there, you still got today's in Gargoyles history. So not posting it for today. Tomorrow I will, and we'll see what YouTube does with it. YouTube is being really weird with me, and I don't like it. You keep, like, if you've ever been on like YouTube, Reddit, or whatever, a lot of people say, oh, consistency, consistency, consistency. And then it's just like, okay, I'm consistent. And then YouTube hates me. I'm done trying to figure out what they're trying to do. All I'm trying to do now is, okay, this is what I can see they're doing. I'm going to try and work around it. That's it. That's all I'm trying to do at this point. Stratford-upon-Avon. I thought my dad made that up. Nope. I think we should bring back trains as our main means for transportation. Planes seem way too complicated. They are too complicated. I would love a proper high-speed rail train system. They will never put the money into it. They will never let that happen. For one, Musk got in the way, I think, of California getting high-speed rail. Look how far that went. It's not a thing that you're going to be seeing happening in North America. Things have to drastically change for train system to get better and like public transit to get better. It's going to be a long way, unfortunately. I saw a review of that Soundwave in my newsfeed. They had to correct it to say it doesn't actually play cassettes. Who earns? Who earns? Somebody is going to try and customize it. Guaranteed it will happen. There are too many customizers in the Transformers community to let that sit. Now, who's buying the RoboSend Transformers? That's a whole different story. I don't know how many customizers are actually getting their hands on one. but it will if a customizer can get their hands on one, it will happen. I used to take road trips with my grandparents in their motorhome. A lot of my fave memories from childhood. That's so sweet. I don't think I've ever been in a motorhome. Like, I've been in one where, like, the convention, like, when they're showing them by, but that's about it. No, I don't even think I've done that. I legit don't think I've ever been in one. The only thing with the Robeson Soundwave is they don't have his Spies, Laserbeak, Ravage. Maybe one day. And the chat jumped on me again. I don't like this. Chat, why are you so mean to me? And I mean the actual chat, not you guys. You guys are a delight. It seems like the obvious way to go as far as merch. I have a Soundwave MP3 player, which is close. Splargery, I'm taking that from you. I'm in Toronto in July. I'm taking it from you. Just about to start my Grimoire bind, but I still haven't decided whether to keep the edges of the pages rough or to cut them straight. Rough. That not even, no hesitation, rough. I collect books. I have stopped. And granted, it's all nice when everything is nice and straight and even, whatever, but I do have a book. I'm forgetting the title right now. But it has the rough pages on the edges. It makes me so happy because you don't see it. It's an extra little bit of beauty. Unfortunately, people who haven't read comic books in a long time or ever get mad at dumb things these days, but I'd rather talk about fun stuff. Let's keep it to the fun stuff. Someone got angry at Transformers 1 and was complaining about there being no transforming cogs in G1. He never replied when I responded with a link to TF Wiki's G1 transforming cogs. See, here's the thing with me. Like with Beast Wars, it was as a kid, so I just took everything at face value and whatever. And so the transforming cogs, even though I've been in the Transformers community for a really long time, transforming cogs was still new to me. Because again, it just doesn't really come up. But before I say anything, my initial reaction is to go look it up to see, oh, did they do something new? Was this something that they actually, you know, because they were paying attention and they brought something back, you know, that sort of thing. That's my initial reaction to like majority things. It's just because I don't know doesn't mean it's new or it, you know, whatever that. I might try to go to Edmonton. Drumheller is on my list because I am such a dinosaur nerd and want to go for museums and dig sites. Go to Drumheller. Go to Drumheller. We have the best dinosaur museum I have ever, well, for one thing, it's a purely dinosaur museum, but I've been to the ROM in Toronto, and granted, they have a nice dinosaur display. It is nothing compared to the Royal Tyrrell Museum. Go to Drumheller, especially since we are closing down our giant dinosaur. We have like the world's largest T-Rex that you can climb into, and you can, see the city from its mouth. Yeah, they're shutting it down, so go see that. The entire town is dinosaur themed. It's cute. Yes, go. If you are a dinosaur nerd, go. I highly, highly recommend it. It is amazing. I have so many, every time I go, I just take more pictures of the same stuff. I take it from different angles, and it is a blast. I love Drumheller. And upside, it's about an hour and a half from Calgary. So yes, I go when I can. But it is a full day trip for that. You go to that museum, you will spend all day in there. It is awesome. They even have like this one little area where it's like a rainforest. So it's humid in there. If you go in the winter, you're gonna need to take it off. But it's a whole ecosystem, and it's so awesome. I'm gonna ramble about dinosaurs now. Are the shorts doing well at least? Again, most of them are. It's just YouTube then goes, hey, I'm not going to show your stuff anymore. So I had to give it a break. And the Badlands are really cool. Yes. Live reading. Thanks for the history lessons. Mostly you need to thank the people who run the Gargoyles wiki. Most of my info comes from there. They are the brains behind this face. Canadian government is building one from, I think, from Toronto to Montreal. Yes, they are updating the rail system there, which means now I really have no excuse when I'm out in Toronto to not go to Montreal once that is built. Because pretty much it's the drive that stops me. It's 7 hours, and I don't want to be in a car for 7 hours. I did Toronto to Kingston on my own, and it's about 3.5. It's just long. Granted, I was alone. It was boring, but yeah, I get antsy after about three hours. Times like these make me wish we had Japan's transportation system. It's phenomenal. I've never taken it myself. I have heard nothing but good stuff about it. Oh my gosh, the time it would then take to just cross across North America if we had something similar to Japan. My God. Like, we would be traveling all the time. All the time. Oh my goodness, the chat is so jumpy on me. And plus I keep rambling, so I keep falling behind on the chat. I'm just gonna get a horse and call it a day. A good, healthy horse can take you anywhere. As long as you feed it and take care of it. I hear the vet bills aren't cheap. And might be better to get a male, because apparently the uterus system of a horse is very fickle. And horses are prone to getting sick very easily. So Oh, rest in peace, Peter Green, villain from The Mask. Yeah, I heard about that today. That one made me sad. They did put on the Borealis from Chicago to St. Paul in time for convergence when I went, so that was great. Yes, it is. Yeah, it is a train. Guess I should say that, yeah. Spoilers, I am the worst. It wasn't just him, but NIMBYs as well. I read recently France is actively promoting trains over short-haul flights through a law banning direct domestic flights if a train alternative exists under 2.5 hours, aiming to cut emissions. See, Europe, you can complain about how many restrictions they put in place for things, but I will say this. There's a reason why Europeans have a longer life expectancy than North America. Their food is better. Granted, like it always depends on where in Europe you're going for certain things. Like when you go to Venice, you don't touch the water. That water, no, tap is fine, but you don't touch the water in Venice because they friggin' destroyed it. Certain things, yeah, but everything's better in Europe, and it's mostly because they keep businesses in check. In North America, we've kind of let businesses take over. And y'all can see what's happening. But in Europe, it's, no, we have rules and regulations. And that's why companies like Apple and Microsoft and whatever, they keep getting mad at Europe. I wouldn't know The Mask, but I knew him as Zed in Pulp Fiction. Yes. When did I see The Mask? I think I saw The Mask when it came out. I love that movie. What if you wanted to focus on lore in a 90s cult classic Disney cartoon, but then the animator said, "Hi, doggy." I'm a Brooks man. Well, there's always more people who think they know more. I've been in the Transformers community, Transformers and Gargoyles community long enough to know that, yeah. I try not to gatekeep, but sometimes people with vague memories of Gargoyles try to mansplain it to me, and I kind of chuckle. I find it more amusing when somebody brings up, oh, this is a thing that happened, and it's wrong. And I just kind of stare at the comment going, I literally made a video about this. Literally made a video about the guys, like, come on. Well, if you can climb into the T-Rex but not drive it through the city spreading devastation, then good riddance. Not wrong. I heard that they found out there's a new species of T-Rex that previously people thought were baby T-Rexes. That is cool. That is, see, this is why I love science. It keeps learning. It keeps finding out things. I love science. Sometimes it gets complicated, but I bloody love science. I just wonder what would happen if a 300-kilometer-per-hour train hits a moose. I think the moose survives, not the train. We're talking about moose here. I have a Euro travel guide that has a scratch and sniff square that smells like the canals of Venice. Why would anyone want that? I've been to Venice. It's not a pretty smell. What? I wish I could describe what it smells like, but it's been so long. Like, literally, I was 17 when I went. So it's been a while. And I don't really want to remember exactly how it smells, but Splargery, tell the chat how it's... I'm interested to see what they made the square smell like. I am very curious to know this. Moose in space. It smells like sewage. Why on earth would they make this? But then again, they make perfumes that smell like sewage, so I don't know. It's on my list. I've had an interest since watching paleontologist Phil Currie as a kid in the late 80s. I really wish I could remember what turned me on to dinosaurs as a kid. You know what? It was probably Jurassic Park. Like most kids. More than likely it was Jurassic Park. Because cool, dinosaurs. Then it was disappointing to find out that the velociraptors weren't that size, you know? But at the same time, okay, I will accept... Jurassic Park has its own version of the velociraptor, and then there's the real velociraptors. I'm fine with that. I'm more of a fan of deer, but one time I got chased by a stag and ran out of the forest. Oh no. My mother, you know, my childhood home is in the middle of nowhere. So quite often, we'd have deer in the backyard. It was so pretty. I do have a picture somewhere. Probably not in my phone anymore. Because I think it was on an older phone. But yeah, just random. And of course, you post it online. It's like, hey, yeah, there's Bambi in your backyard. We've had wolves in the backyard, coy wolves in the backyard. I don't think any foxes. Deer. And who knows what has shown up when, you know, people aren't awake. I've created an entire line of characters because of my love for dinosaurs. That's awesome. That is so awesome. I wish, like, I'll write. The writing's really difficult, and then coming up with your own characters, I've always been envious of people who can do that. I just don't have the creativity to that extent. I wonder if it plays a little bit in part of not being able to visualize things in my mind. What turned me on to dinosaurs? I was born in 81, so probably the Dinobots. That's depending on your age. Dinobots, Jurassic Park. They're very close right there. But yeah. And then on top of Jurassic Park, Beast Wars. Half the cast are and they transforming dinosaurs. See? It's the dinosaurs are cool. Then you make them transform. Done. Between Dinosaurs, TV show. Oh my god, yes, Dinosaurs, the TV show. I completely forgot about that. Which, if I remember correctly, if you are a fan of that show, NECA, I believe, made some figures. And they're on sale on Big Bad Toy Store. If I remember correctly. Jurassic Park, and we're back. Oh yeah, we're back. Oh my god. Oh my god. The 90s was a fun time for them dinos. Yeah, it was a thing. Hey, dinosaurs are cool. Let's do more dinosaurs. I'm not complaining. I'm on the autism spectrum, born in 86. Started really getting into dinosaurs when I was 3. I don't remember anything at age 3. Again, I am envious of these people. My memory didn't start kicking into like 4. Watched documentaries, could pronounce names my parents could, obsessed ever since. My only, you know, claim to fancy stuff like that was apparently I knew my alphabet by the age of 2. That's my claim. I saw the first Land Before Time movie as a kid. Land Before Time, again, it was an era of dinosaurs. We need to get the era of dinosaurs back because Jurassic World ain't doing it. No. Let's get these kids hooked on dinosaurs, just like I did my story time, you know, for kids. Get them hooked when they're young. I saw a fox in my backyard. Nice. Moose are actually a common thing here. I haven't seen a moose in my neighborhood yet, but I have deer visit my yard regularly. It's so nice. They're so calm. So you know the outside is nice and quiet and calm when you see deer. Very pretty. I had certain assumptions I lived under. Then I saw some beavers in the local forest preserve and holy jeez, are they big. The first, yeah, beavers are one of those, oh yeah, they're so cute. And then you see them in person and you're like, dang it, they're ginormous. What? Met Jack Horner 25 years ago, the paleontologist famous for discovering Maiasaura. I know I butchered that. The Good Mother lizard and consulting on the Jurassic Park franchise. That is awesome. Oh. I didn't know I could be jealous of that. Now I am. My uncle was a geologist and he used to give me fossils for a treat. Oh my God. So jealous. I saw a bunny in my backyard. I should, one of these days, I am going to get a picture of the jackrabbits we have here in the city. No one believes me when I say how big they are. No one. Not the mama. I think a book on dinosaurs from my public school library was my dino gateway drug. And again, probably that a little bit of that too. But it was just all dinosaurs in the 90s and a little bit the 80s. So yeah, we were just bombarded with dinosaurs. No wonder so many of us love them. I remember Dinosaurs, the show. We need to watch it again. We need shows like that again. If for the fun weirdness alone. Exactly. I'm going to have to sail the high seas to see if I can get to watch those episodes again. Because I don't know if it's streaming anywhere. I haven't seen anything. And if it's on Disney Plus, I don't have access. So paleo media for the win. I saw a fox in my neighborhood last year. Then again, I live near a forest. I didn't even have a forest. I was farmland. So it was just big empty spaces. There were some tree lines and whatever. Now I live in the city, but there it seems to see, I'm so used to Ontario where it's like there's Toronto, there's the GTA, and then there's farmland. Whereas here it's like here's the city, here's nothing. So it's just like, oh, I still get the wildlife, which is nice. I prefer that. And dinosaurs are always in vogue. Just look at 1980s and 90s media. No, oh, I didn't. Yes. I always have to give credit to knowing a little bit of Italian and Spanish, and also it's also a hindrance sometimes. But I just look at the letters, and I'm in the habit of pronouncing every letter because English is weird. And in French, you don't pronounce any of the letters. Maybe the first. Beavers are the second largest rodent in the world. The capybaras are the largest. Capybaras are cute. Dino Riders, oh my God. Not Dino Riders. I remember Dino Riders. It's a faint memory, but it's there. Oh, the nostalgia. See, this is why I have to be very careful about what I collect. I will collect everything. Power Rangers, there you go. Power Rangers are a little bit of a sore spot for Gargoyles fans, but yes, all the prehistoric characters right there. Oh, bye Lisa. Night. Dinotopia. Walking with Dinosaurs was a must-see TV for a dino fan. I never saw that. That's one I haven't seen. Oh yeah. Growing up in Ontario, French was one of the required courses. Yeah. The problem, like, languages are obviously easier to learn at a younger age because the brain just absorbs everything. They need better French teachers. I mean, you take it every year for 9 years and none of it sticks. I'm blaming the curriculum on that one. We're just gonna talk about dinosaurs for the rest of the chat. I'm good with this. I need to rotate my heater because it makes a lot of sense to have the heater and not have it pointed towards me. I built some of the Zoids motorized dinos in the 90s. Ah, awesome. There's a whole song called Walk the Dinosaur. Oh God, there is? I didn't even know. And also, guys, my My stream is being really... Actually, no, I should... Yeah, no, my computer's being... Like, there's a, again, as always, there's a hockey game tonight, and apparently now it's a bad website for me to watch my hockey, so I'm very mad. Try deleting your cookies. Okay. It's not good. Thank you for telling me how to delete my cookies. How about you just delete my cookies? How about you do that? Because this is a different browser. I don't know how to delete the cookies on this browser. You'd think there'd be a simple, here's the settings. Nope. More tools. Do you have my settings here? No, you don't. I love how they hide things. There's the settings. They literally hit it. They literally hit it. Privacy and security, I guess. Where are my cookies? There we go. No, not that. Delete. Let's try this again. I forgot the website. There we go. Work. Oh. So mean. Spanish is a second language where I live, but I still can't do a full convo. But I'm learning. Cosmina, I grew up with English, Italian, Spanish, and French. I am fluent in English. Oh, the Super Mario Brothers movie. Oh my god. Bye, Greg. Oh yeah, Demona talk. That'll be the stream. Greg doesn't leave. Greg will ignore all other things. Greg's gonna stick around for that one. Gotta clear the cache and cookies all on your own. Geez, denying a Canadian from watching hockey should be a criminal offense, right? How? I still want to know how the heck hockey isn't our national sport. That's what I've always wondered. Don't delete Gargoyles cookies. Let's try restarting the browser again. Give me my... Like, granted, I can go on Google and, like, just check the score. Because it's not like I can watch the game while I'm chatting with you guys. I won't do that. You guys are my priority. But it's... You know what? Fine. Delete my browsing history, too. Now I gotta try and remember. Alright, fingers crossed, guys. Fingers crossed. Oh, you're just mean. Alright, I'll have to fix that later. Doesn't want to gimme. Doesn't want to gimme. What if a dinosaur roamed your town? I have opinions where it can roam. I'm not gonna get into that. Let's just check the score and see how badly we're losing. I always assume my team's losing. Hey, I'm not wrong. God, we're losing against the worst team in the league. Again. My travel companion and childhood dream was having my own T-Rex. Nice. Kids have the most fun with their imaginations. Like, dang it. Excuse me again. Ugh. The temperature changes. I don't like this. The first 5 episodes of Gargoyles were the wildest lovers to enemies arc ever. Why is my phone flashing at me? Nothing important. Oh, and in case you guys missed it, that was a thing that I remembered when I opened up my browser. Where did it go? Because we are still a Gargoyles channel, so Gargoyles news. Gargoyles is going to be part of the EPCOT International Festival of the Arts in 2026. It's going to be in Morocco and France pavilions. But yeah, Gargoyles getting some love. Always a good thing. Yeah, my pen's lost, not pleased. You guys have Crosby. Why aren't you winning every game? What is this? I'm being reminded of a fun scene in a book series called The Dresden Files. I want to write a crossover with Gargoyles to it. I've heard of The Dresden Files, never Never looked into it. I live in a small village of like 250 people. A dinosaur would have a very small ramp. 250. My goodness. That's crazy. Even my town wasn't that small. 250. What do I do? That's like my neighborhood. Yes, Gargoyles is part of the arts in EPCOT. We get an international love. This is a good sign. It's a good thing. Again, more people will be remembering Gargoyles. So fingers crossed we see, you know, sales go up and everything. As soon as Faye mentioned roaming dinosaurs, I started thinking of the TV series Primal. Oh gosh, yeah, Primal. It's a name that I remember more than the actual series. And now I'm thinking of Primal coming back. What else? What else? Yeah, not big. There's not a lot of Gargoyles news lately, unfortunately. It's mostly the EPCOT and the finale of Demona. And then come January, we will be starting Darkwing Duck. And then, what was it? January, February, March, April, hopefully May is the new 12-part Gargoyle series coming back. So yeah, there is stuff of Gargoyles coming out. And then I also found out that, unfortunately, due to the demolition of Diamond, those awesome statues that they made, nothing. Oh yes, and the winter special. But yeah, those beautiful statues of like Goliath breaking out of his stone skin. I'm so mad at Diamond. Like, guys, what are you gonna do, right? That's the problem with letting one company essentially have a monopoly. Like, I am scared the day that, well, they don't so much have a monopoly, but Hasbro is the main company making Transformers type thing. So it's like, oh, if anything ever happens to Hasbro, there goes like majority. For toys, not for story. I read the winter special. The Bronx story was fun. I still need to read last year's winter special. I keep reading them in order and then I get delayed because I do the reviews and yeah. I did meet John Rhys Davies at Steel City Con. Like I told you a couple weeks back, he was delightful. Yay. And we got a new subscriber. Yay. Yeah, winter special on the 24th. I pre-ordered that like last month. I was not going to forget. Although I think it might be time. No, still too early for Darkwing Duck #2. Yeah, I think. I know the covers were released. Maybe that means it's okay to start pre-ordering? I don't know. I spent money on Gundam, so comic money is kind of on hold a little bit. Just by bit. I'm really hoping this comic shop sells them slightly cheaper than my regular one. I've kept my receipts. I got an itemized thing. So now I'm going to know exactly how much I'm spending at both comic shops. Because I know they say, like, what are the comics? $4 in the States, give or take. Thanks to like conversion and all that stuff and nonsense, they're like $8 here. So it's a little, they're not exactly cheap up here. I may have to, well, I've already reduced myself to like one cover an issue, which sucks. I'm gonna, that won't go away. I just may have to start like delaying again. Pre-order number. I love the Goliath emoji and the Demona emoji. Thanks to the Disney emoji blitz. Faye just wanted to see Goliath. Faye just wanted to see Goliath. See, $5 US. Okay, it's like, yeah, I knew it was like around $4 or $5 bucks US. So yeah, it's like $8 to $9 in Canada, so it hurts. It hurts a lot. Yeah. The only thing so far that I have seen, and I'm only reminded of this right now because I keep getting a whiff. Bath, what is it? No, big. That's another store. Bath and Body Works. That's like the only place right now where I've seen Canadians getting the cheaper price than the Americans. That's the funny thing. Why am I so emotional over fancy scented water spouts me watching Gargoyles? Faye, I got another emoji for people who tip, because I can't do the bloody super chats. I will still have emojis when I get to super chats. I hate the system. YouTube, push my videos. Stop it. But yeah, I'm getting a whiff of the stuff I just bought from Bath and Body Works, and that's why I was reminded the price difference. It's very pretty. I smell coffee. It's very nice. Jonathan Frakes is going to be at Fan Expo. Which Fan Expo? They're all called Fan Expo now. I'm assuming an American one. But you gotta be more specific. Bring back Gargoyles, the show, and putting them in modern architecture. Yes, bring back both. Heart-eyed Goliath is not real. Heart-eyed Goliath cannot hurt you. What, heart-eyed Demona doesn't cause any issues? Heart-eyed Demona's fine? Yeah, that's what's really bothering me about YouTube suppressing my videos. It's just, it's hurting my watch hours. It's like, what do you do? Because it's a self-containing problem. So YouTube doesn't push my videos, so the watch hours go down, and because the watch hours are down, YouTube doesn't push my videos. Whole freaking circular thing, and this is why I get so angry at YouTube. It's like and then I have to keep reminding people again, keep off your ad blocker, because that hurts not only watch hours but views as well. If I could switch to another if I hadn't started with YouTube, essentially, if I'd started on another platform, I really got to stop hitting this bike. Then maybe this wouldn't be such a headache, but yeah. Love Heart-eyed Demona, no issues. Okay. So we each have our thing. There is a Heart-eyed Bronx. There is a Heart-eyed Bronx, but I think it's just those three for the heart eyes. Disney hasn't put out Heart-eyed anyone else from the clan, unfortunately. I want a Heart-eyed. See, I have the file for the Heart-eyed Goliath, obviously. Now I'm tempted to recolor it, so we have a Heart-eyed Thalog. I'm tempted to do that. I don't know where I would use him so that he would pop up. Maybe likes. I don't know if there should be a notification for likes. I'll get you guys all to like the video, and you'll see a Heart-eyed Thalog. I'm gonna try and do that. Heart-eyed Demona will rip your lungs out. Lex is my personal fave. Love me a nerdy little guy, right? I love Lex. He's adorable. Couple can be a chill gargoyle and his unhinged mate. Cleveland. See, Cleveland Fan Expo is Jonathan Frakes. There we go. So anyone close to Cleveland, there you go. They need to take their points from Percy Jackson and the Olympians on Disney Plus when making a live-action adaptation of Gargoyles. It deserves to be done well in terms of casting and design. See, I will accept a live-action Gargoyles if they do a TV show. Mostly because it needs proper story development. I don't want, obviously I don't want them to do a reboot. They need to do the story proper. But you need to do it as, I don't want a movie. If you're going to do a movie, do it as essentially that big introduction to Gargoyles and then TV show. But honestly, I just follow Greg's canon. Give me animation. Just follow Greg's canon. That's all I care. I volunteer drawing Heart-eyed Gargoyles characters. I want a Heart-eyed Bronx plush. That would be cute. Just a Bronx plushie. Get me a Bronx. I have the Goliath. I never got my hands on the Demona plushie. I want a Bronx plushie. I really want a Bronx plushie. I'm doing YouTube and talking about comics because I want to. I would lose my mind if I stressed out about views and what YouTube is doing. Never stress yourself over YouTube of all. No, Cause Mortal. It's not so much of a stress. Definitely. If I stressed about what YouTube was doing to me, yeah, I'd be bald. It's more of a thing of, you know, it's a frustration in the sense of, you know, even YouTube is like, yeah, post more videos and do this and do that, and then you follow what they tell you to do, and then it actively works against you. So like the views number themselves doesn't bother me because I can see that I do have a bunch of people watching through their computer. So like, but all I can do is, the thing is, there are small content creators that, you know, they get a lot fewer views than I do. But who knows how many people are clicking on their videos and the views aren't showing up because they have ad blocker on. For me, it's, I know people are watching and the watch hours aren't adding up properly because of stuff YouTube's doing. And again, if the watch hours aren't there, then YouTube stops pushing my videos. I keep touching stuff on my desk. And therefore, again, then the watch hours go down. And I've said before, doing Gargoyles content is to get more eyes on Gargoyles so that hopefully one day we get the animated series back. That's the goal. Even if we don't, then more comic stories, like something. I just want more storylines. And I'm pretty sure every Gargoyles fan wants the same thing. But if YouTube stops pushing my videos, fewer people see them, fewer people remember Gargoyles. That's why I started doing the shorts. I've got a bunch of comments going, oh, I remember Gargoyles. But then again, then YouTube stops pushing the shorts. It's like, what are you doing? You want content for your channel and then you suppress what I'm giving you. That's where I start getting angry. It's that whole thing of, you know, oh, make videos and you'll this and this will happen. And then the actual website itself does whatever it can to then work against you. That's the frustration. It's not the actual specific numbers. Like that's not a thing. It's a frustration after my ramble. It's just a frustration. Because yeah, if I didn't love Gargoyles as much as I do, the lower all the crud that YouTube's been doing to me, I would have quit a while ago. I do this because I love Gargoyles. I love talking about. I could have picked Transformers. Transformers is my other love, but I went Gargoyles because that's the one that needs the love. There's enough people talking about Transformers. I don't need to bump into that. Fun fact, I had a whole Greek myth phase because of the books. Egyptian. I do have an obsession with the Greek and the Roman and Norse. If it's mythology, I'm obsessed. And I blame the introduction to ancient Egyptian. I'm with you on it being a series. I have the same feeling regarding X-Men going forward, even though I know it won't be done that way. Gargoyles 97, yes, let's put, that's what I'm pushing for. Legit, Gargoyles 97. I don't think, they haven't crossed over into 1998. So, or have they? I don't really keep track of the year. They already have the storyboards for live action Gargoyles. They're called comic books. See? Any rumors of reboots of any kind, especially Gargoyles, I take with a grain of salt. That's the way you have to take it. And plus, if they start pushing for a reboot, I think most of the fandom's going to go no. Nobody wants a Now, if they start from the beginning, it's going to suck. As long as they follow Greg's story, I will accept it because it means more people into the Gargoyles fandom. The show nailed the TV to comic continuity, and we have to give credit to Greg for that because he used to work in comics before doing Gargoyles. Before working for Disney, he worked for Marvel. Captain Atom was one of his stories. That phase began with me in the mid-90s with Hercules, The Legendary Journeys, watched a lot of amazing stuff, even more Hercules, Xena, and then the Hercules animated movie. Ah, the chat jumped on me again. Ugh. Most important Gargoyles merch you own, in your opinion? Most important? Ooh. I don't even know, or honestly, in terms of importance, I'd probably anything that touches story. So the books, the comics, I think that's the most important. The toys are fun, the plushies are fun. When it comes to importance, anything with the story. Canon story. Although I will accept non-canon story if, again, it means people find it and go, oh, what the heck is this? that sort of thing. Do, 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 do. I really wanted to see where Arthur and Griff's journey was going to take them. I really hope that that's another... See, that's the thing. This is why I keep... My comic videos get, like, no views. And I will still keep doing my comic reviews, because eventually somebody will go, what do you mean they are doing a Gargoyles comic? And with the hopefully 12-part story, again, coming out in May, fingers crossed, knock on wood, whatever, wood, not the handle, hopefully with that, and that means I need to work a lot faster on my reviews, but anyway, hopefully that will also do well, and I don't see why it wouldn't. And then again, we get another my mind is blanking, y'all know what I mean, but another story after that. I'm literally blanking on the word. Spin-off. There we go. Part of me hopes to bring more memories of Gargoyles through my videos of art, fanfic, or even just comparing it to other shows I like and may get more views about. That's how you do it. Compare it to something that's happening more recently or whatever to get, you know, the click type thing. God, I'm fighting not to talk about what I have been working on a couple of years. Let's all just stare at Morand till they give. No. My closest friends and family members know about my love for Gargoyles and fighting games, so I often gush about it to them often. I miss playing video games right now. I haven't played since I started this channel, really, because all my time goes, you know, work, script, this. Oh, part of me goes, look, if I take a week off this, I can play video games for a day, but I won't do it. I won't. I want all the stories Greg Weisman is willing to tell. Exactly. Sir, I don't care that you're 99 and you can't move your hands. You're going to give us more. No, that's mean. But I hope he has, like, the day he passes, hopefully that's not for another, like, 50 bloody years. I hope his outline, at least, is all written down. Like, everything that he wanted to do. I hope. As an Egyptian, I appreciate the necklace. I can't remember when I got that. It's been a while, but this always and forever. If NECA one day does return to Gargoyles, I need Macbeth, Coldstone, and the Archmage. Email them. Email NECA. Do it. The more people that tell NECA we want this back, more than likely they might bring it back. If they can see the numbers that they will make the money, provided they still have the license to release them. They just need to see that people will buy it. I am resistant to your stares, also needlessly embarrassed still. Gonna stare more now. Gonna stare more. Gonna stare harder. This is gonna happen? No. Obviously it's always a thing of I never push someone to do something that they are not comfortable doing. We don't do that here. I do that for funsies. I never am serious. I froze because I just noticed the score and I'm not looking at it anymore. No more looking at the score for me tonight. No. See, Cosmina's staring at you too. This is what we're gonna do. I'm like a cat staring. Sorry, Moran, we're all staring at you now. Moranda's too strong for our stares, guys. Too strong. Not gonna get them to crack. It is what it is. Oh! And I keep forgetting about this. Oh my gosh. Nothing big. But I do remember... I'm gonna have to go to my YouTube channel. I'm gonna have to sign into my YouTube channel. Okay, guys, wish me luck. Because I want to remember the question properly. And I remember slightly what the question was, but I want to make sure it is accurate. Let me sign into my account It's two-factor notification. It's great, but it doesn't work for me half the time. Badly outsports. I don't even know if the Leafs are even on the ice anymore. If they just decided we don't need a goalie, it's bad. It's bad. Tap, 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 tap. I love my clicky keyboard. I had to buy a keyboard so I could have my current setup, and I'm like clacky. It needs to make noise. I love it. Okay, so I wish there was a way to just have comments. Boom. You know? Will you let me see all my notifications? No, you won't, because I don't like you, YouTube. You don't like me. This works out well. Okay, let's see. Oh, yay, there we go. Oh, where is it? Because it was a question. Unfortunately, they asked it a while ago, and then I kept forgetting to answer the question on my live, and I feel bad. So hopefully they come across the live or anything. Oh, I hear. Oh, Moran, thank you. That's so sweet. Stop staring at me. Nope. Now I'm not gonna. Now I'm gonna keep staring. Man. I'm so sad I lost my board game that came with my childhood Gargoyles VHS tape. Oh, that sucks. I actually, a friend of mine found a copy somewhere in Ontario. They're trying to get it for me. So, I doubt it. Some of these Facebook Marketplace people are weird. They used to have a thing where kids could skate with the Leafs. They had to stop because the kids were beating the Leafs 3-0. Funny enough, I actually did used to I used to collect funds and go skate with the Leafs. I did used to do that. Only like 3 times or something. Okay, where's that question? I know it's over 10 days ago. Oh, I feel so bad. Okay, there we go. Found it. It was 2 weeks ago. So, Bruce McDonald, I'm sorry. I feel bad. I legit, every time I see the comments, like I do try to answer them live. So, as a new collector of Gargoyles figures, do you have any suggestions on where to go find figures? Unfortunately, Bruce, you got a lot of bad timing working against you. I know within the States, because I'm assuming American, most of my viewers are, Ross and Walmart seem to be getting all the NECA figures for stupid cheap. So if it's the NECA figures you're looking for, by all means. I'm sure the chat here, but I think it's just Walmart and Ross at this point. Older stuff, random. I did do a video on where to collect, so I do had a list of where to go looking. Pretty much any website that people can sell, you will find Gargoyle stuff. I know the States has a few more websites than Canadians have access to. We mostly have Facebook, Kijiji, and Facebook Marketplace, I should specify, Poshmark. Those are the big 3 for Canada. The Americans, I don't know if you guys still have Craigslist, if that's still used, or that's just the creepy part of the internet now. But you guys got Mercari, also Facebook Marketplace. What else do you guys have? You guys have a lot of selling websites that we just don't. You guys also have Poshmark. Mercari's the big one, though, I've noticed, to collect figures, whether old or new. Statues, probably online. I haven't seen any of the statues popping up in retail, but then again, they weren't really. Comic shops would probably be a good bet too, because on the upside, they can order stuff in for you if you're looking. What was the shots on goal? 1-0. Enjoying this chat so much, I just put Awakening back on where I last left off. That's awesome. I'm quite pleased to see that the Grand Rapids Griffins are on top of the AHL stats recently. Nice. The only NECA figures I do not currently have are the Steel Clan and Theolog. Steel Clan, I'm going to get to that eventually. They're down the line right there. Somewhere right there, it is Steel Clan. Mostly because I wasn't in a rush for repainted Goliath, and the Steel Clan is expensive to army build. I avoided the army build for Steel Clan because, yeah, it was going to get expensive, and I decided to copy the episode, was it The Edge? No. Yes? Yes. Don't quote me on that. But it was Xanatos in his armor and 2 Steel Clan robots. So I limited it to 2. I was able to snag another Steel Clan off eBay for 20 bucks. I keep forgetting eBay because it's a disaster for me to buy from eBay half the time. But yes, eBay. eBay is a great place to collect, as long, again, as they're not trying to rip you off. And 20 bucks counting shipping? How much was the figure? $2? Like, what? Also, Best Buy and Target has been getting some NECA figures. Okay, so yes, Best Buy, since, no, I don't want to say since the NECA figures were released, but they did start getting them. And then, yeah, Target is, Target right now I think is, it's mostly Walmart and Ross, especially Ross. It's been a busy week, but did get to read the first 2 issues of Here in Manhattan. Hopefully next week I'll get to read more. That is awesome, Truck. You are in for so many good storylines. So many. And don't watch my reviews if you don't want to be spoiled. Watch the reviews after you read the issue. Which yeah, if you don't want to be spoiled, watch the review after. $10 for the figure, $10 for shipping. Dang, Sean's getting finding deals here on eBay. Bad webcam. Bad. But yes. So hopefully, Bruce McDonald, again, apologies, but I hope that answers your question. And also come to the chat. Come to the chat. Come to the live. I know it's difficult. I tried picking a time where most people would be off work and not having to do anything, but people have kids and lives, unlike me. So as a Canadian, Target Canada is still a sore spot. I loved having Target up here. I spent way too much money there, but I liked having a Target. We had competition for once, and then apparently it was just a money-making scheme for the higher-ups. So yeah, as usual, we got screwed. Why do I keep looking at the score? Oh my god, it keeps getting... How does it keep getting worse? Oh my goodness. I want to fiddle with the toys on my desk. Is it wrong that I want to fiddle with the toys on my desk as we chat? Can I fiddle with the toys on my desk as we chat? Sometimes I just need something to do with my hands and I will fiddle. Target was the only brick and mortar store for a while carrying NECA, but even then, good luck. Yeah, see, it just sucked that, and I noticed this when I was working for a certain company that had licenses through these big companies. They don't want to license to Canada. They'll work with a Canadian company, but they will not license product for the Canadian market. And it's just like, I'm pretty sure we're not that expensive. So, and also it's the licensee paying the licensor. I hope I got that right. To use the license. So why won't you let them sell to the Canadian market? Why are you forcing Canadians to buy from the States and bring it back? You're still going to get the same money. It's just you don't want to pay, you don't want to deal with Canadian dollars. Like, what is this? What? Like, we don't have the Disney stores anymore. I'm like, I'm pretty sure those were making money. So I don't think it's a reason of, oh, we weren't making money. So we lost Zellers in the Target fiasco. Heck, we lost Hudson's Bay Company, which I'm not totally mad about. I want to make animations for my OC in the hopes of making better vids, but I'm trying to participate in the chat too. Don't worry, Cosmina. First of all, stay in the chat. It's fine. Keep that number there. But we're here. Whenever whenever you feel the need to say something, add to the chat. It's fine. We will. Don't worry. Don't worry. I mean, you can hear what's being said. You're not going to miss out on much. And I read out the comments anyway, and stuff like that. So it's all good. Don't worry. Just shared a photo of my NECA progress on your FB post of the Brooklyn figure review. I'm so thrilled to have. I'm going to go look. Going to go look. Where did my Facebook tab go? I closed my Facebook tab. Well, it'll take away the score of the bloody game. Leafs play well against top teams, and then we lose against the bottom. I don't get this team at all. Oh, nice. Oh, that's so cool. So we got a Broadway, we got a Lexington, we got an Angela. You got the entire clan. That's not Goliath's hair. Where? Now I need to ask where you got your, or is that an extra head that, no, but Vows would have come with the extra, with the Demona. Is that a custom head? Cause that Goliath got fancy, cause yeah, my Goliath don't got that fancy hair. I had to look back to remind myself. Goliath don't got that fancy hair. Mighty Darkside, what's going on here? Target is very dangerous for me. Only certain stores I will never leave. I'm still just happy that I managed to get brought away this time around. I missed him back when when I was buying the Kenner figures at the drugstore all those years ago. I never had them as a kid, and I've said that before in my Kenner videos. I never had them as a kid. I started collecting as an adult, and luckily I started collecting them when no one gave a damn about them, so I got them on the cheap. It's harder to collect the older stuff now, because there's one seller in my city who has a bunch of mint in sealed box Gargoyles figures, and they're asking $250 a pop. And I'm looking at this going, is this because we didn't have fluoride in the water for so long? Is this what happens when you don't consume fluoride properly? Your brain just goes wacky and you try and get $250 for a 30-year-old toy. What? Because I've seen them go for much cheaper. I've seen them go for, 100 Canadian. That's still too much. I'm like, 250. What are you doing, and are you willing to share? As far as I know, there are business people that are just making bad business decisions, or they're just stupid to what people want. Cosmina, it's never really bad when stuff like that happens. It's usually they've figured out a way to make money by destroying the business. It is a business now to buy a business and then destroy it, because you'll actually make money from it. Legit. That is the Vows Goliath head. Okay, so where's Demona in the picture? God dang it, that makes me want the Vows pack more, because he comes with fancy heads now. He comes with fancy heads. I think Broadway was the short packed figure back in the day. Really, Broadway of all figures. Because I know Goliath wouldn't have been short packed. No fluoride. Yeah, Calgary cut out its fluoride. I don't know how many years ago. We just started reintroducing it. So this guy made his post when there was no fluoride in the water. Cavities went up. Oh, bye, Evan Star. Good night. Have a good night. Do I want to see the thing again? I like how people are still laughing at my 420 joke, because I'm an immature kid at heart. But yes, if you go to my Facebook or my Blue Sky or my Twitter. Oh, I didn't post it on Instagram. Oh, it's too late now. Yeah, I made a 420 joke because I'm just a 13-year-old boy at heart. Oh, that's what I mean by bad decisions. Okay. I do have Demona, but she is but is she Manhattan Clan? Part of me wishes she would come around and come home, especially for Angela, but will it ever happen? Not until at least 2198. I consider her technically Manhattan Clan. She has removed herself. But yeah, now I see that you posted a picture of of the Manhattan Clan. So yes, my bad. That was my misunderstanding. But yeah, I'm good with immature. Good, because I am the. My mother will make jokes, and sometimes it's just like, Ma, how are you more immature than I am? Sometimes. Although I take it further. I will always out immature her. I out immature most people. My humor is around that age too. Fart joke get me every time. I don't know what it is about fart jokes. Don't know. Only in fanfics. Yeah, I made the 420. It was there. And it's not even an immature, like, it's just 420. When I made, see, it's never gonna work for made 2-4 to make that joke, but also I think that's a regional thing from Ontario, so many people aren't gonna get it. The next time I hit 69, I'm gonna make that joke. Look, watch my guys, get people to sub so my sub number will reach 69. I will make the joke. I will 100% make the joke. Challenge accepted. I don't know, Captain Logan. I don't know. I'll try and set up my whole collection in a way to show off to you, hopefully in a very Weissman style way. Ooh, this will be pretty. My dark humor is illegal in a few states. Same. 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 Sorry, I'm fiddling with the figure here. Because I'm trying to change the face. Because I want to tell you guys that this is a figure that if you are into this, you should probably buy it. But I can't get his face off. And I also don't have the instructions here, so I can't look it up to see how it was that I did it the first time. And it's frustrating me. I know his face comes apart. I got half his... Oh, was it just that? Oh, it was just that. I feel like an idiot now. But yeah, I want him to have his OG face. That's what she said. Some of my humor is based on Mel Brooks films and such. What was the first Mel Brooks movie that I watched? Probably Men in Tights. But I was older, so it was a different, like... Dark humor developed probably around the age of somewhere around puberty. Catholic school. You don't survive Catholic school without having a dark sense of humor, really. Okay, there's gonna be a lot of noise, probably. Out immature. Challenge accepted, madam. I will say this, because I did have a lot of guy friends growing up, and it's because I was stupid immature. I was too immature for the girls, so I hung out with guys for a bit there, and yeah, I out immatured them. So yeah, and then I got to see how they were immature, so I just picked up on that, and it just made mine worse. Hello, Robert Valenzuela. I'll get it right one of these days. My first was Young Frankenstein. I still haven't watched that. Okay, silly thought, but with the crossover with Darkwing Duck, what about a crossover with the Gummy Bears, as Gargoyles was partly inspired by it? Guys, do we need to tweet at Greg Weisman to make this happen? The problem is that as much fun as it probably would be, unless there are rumblings of trying to bring back Gummy Bears, it's not going to happen. Again, this is why I think Gargoyles is doing so well, that there is something that's going to happen with Darkwing Duck, and they are using the popularity of Gargoyles to get people to remember Darkwing Duck, and something big is going to happen with Darkwing Duck. That is my prediction. That Gargoyles is the better selling comic. It is the popular franchise. And so, yeah, that they're using Gargoyles to go, hey, remember Darkwing Duck? Because, again, they have said that they are bringing it back to an animated show. and Jim Cummings has said he'll come back and reprise Darkwing Duck. There's been like, they announced it in 2020. I think in 2024, Jim Cummings said he would come back, and there's been no news since. So I think that's what's happening. Mine was Dracula Dead and loving it. I still haven't even seen that. Goth girl Desi. No. Desi was never a goth girl. I never went in that direction. First Mel Brooks movie, Robin Hood Men in Tights. I love that. I keep losing the disc. I found it and I lost it again. That one in Spaceballs, which I cannot wait for Spaceballs to come out. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait for Spaceballs 2. I grew up on Zucker Bros films. We watched Airplane about 274 times on cable growing up. I can't even remember who introduced me to Airplane. That one, and then somebody else introduced me to oh, what's his name? He used to do stand-up. He doesn't do it anymore. I'm gonna look up his other movie because that's how I'm going to remember. I'm gonna hurt myself one more time with the score. Okay. Oh, we scored one more time. Fantastic. You bunch of losers. How I don't remember this man's name. Eddie Murphy. Somebody introduced me to Eddie Murphy's early stand-up. If you don't like foul language, don't watch it. Just like if you don't like foul language, don't read the book I recommended last week. Today in History, Shit Went Down. I always recommend it because of the profanity, both of them. But yes. Eddie Murphy's comedy again, and it's also like it's a different era. Remember that. God, he's a good comedian. Young Frankenstein and History of the World Part 1. I still need to watch that. And then Spaceballs, but also watched Airplane a bunch too, yeah. It's Frankenstein. Gummy bears here and there. I know a lot of people know the 69 joke, but how many of us have actually done it? Cosmortal, this has to be PG-13. We all know the joke. I mean, no details, obviously, because this is PG-13. I mean, if people want to say if they had, because it's a simple yes or no, but yeah. I've not yet had the pleasure of reading Gargoyles comics, not sure where to start. So Upside, Mighty Dark Side. You can technically start off with the Dynamite comics because Greg did a fantastic job of kind of reintroducing slowly for new readers. It is meant for people to just kind of jump into it. I believe you can still purchase, and I'm going to double check. I'm going to double check if you still can. Yes. So the SLG comics that came out, what is it, 10 years ago? No, more than that. Anyway, we're not going to try and remember. But anyway, the SLG comics are the first batch. The original runs are impossible to get your hands on. They are on eBay. They are hard. Sometimes they're not exactly cheap. But the Gargoyles Kickstarter is still accepting pre-orders. So if you want the SLG comics, they're up on the Kickstarter. Literally just Google Gargoyles Kickstarter and let me see what the link actually said. 30th Anniversary Disney Gargoyles Collections. It should be literally the first thing that pops up. So you can start with the SLG stuff. Don't know when you're going to get it if you go that route, because it's been one thing after another. If you want to go the actual SLG run, it'll be pricey, but you'll get them faster. Otherwise, you can just start off with the Dynamite. I used to watch Airplane every time I was about to fly to a con. Why? Pretty much anything with Leslie Nielsen from Naked Gun. Naked Gun movies. I was so happy when Pluto, the streaming service, because the new one had come out, they were streaming all 3 original Naked Gun movies. So I binged. Desi said a swear word. See, I told you I was immature. Did I say a swear word? Oh, was it shit? I swear like a sailor, so half the time I don't recognize when I'm swearing. I have to watch what I'm saying when I'm live. I love the story of how Eddie Murphy met Rodney Dangerfield when he was a 17-year-old kid starting out. He heard Murphy's bit and thought no one would listen to all of his profanity. Airwolf, there, Cass. Saw Kentucky Fried Movie. Recommend it if you like Airplane. Right, PG-13. Right? Yeah, yes, no, sure. Then 10 years later, they met again in a men's room in Vegas, and Rodney told him, "What the F do I know?" Hey, as long as he knew he was wrong. 2006, all right, 20 years ago. Oh, God, 20 years ago, no. You should, I think, even be able to get the SLG issues through the Kickstarter. Yeah, pretty, yeah, they're supposed to be shipping paperbacks right about now. Unless there's another error and delays them again. See, that's the thing. It's like, you can get them on the Kickstarter. It's just, Pluto Television. Pluto is, I love it. Pluto and Tubi. And the Roku channel sometimes. Wrote that all down. The SLG stuff I will explore whatever avenue I can when I get to that point, but I think I'll start. Yeah, you can start with Dynamite. It's fine. There might be a point here or there where it's like, oh, but they do Greg did a fantastic job of making sure no one would be lost, you know, and everything. But yeah, the Kickstarter, like I said, it's up for pre-order. You can order them. We just don't know when people are. Oh yeah, they fixed the error, so they should start shipping out again. So probably by January, if anything, you would get the SLG ones. And the upside is you only need to buy one book. Because they took, right? That's how they did it. I don't even remember what I ordered, so I can't even... Stop jumping. There we go. Load faster. There we go. Yeah, so... Yeah, they did Bad Guys. Yeah, they did the Marvel. They did SLG, and then they did Bad Guys. Did I do that right? I did that right? Because it was Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume... Can you scroll down properly? Oh my goodness. This thing actually doesn't want to scroll down properly. Yeah, the Volume 3 was Bad Guys, which I do highly recommend. Volume 1 is the Marvel run, and Volume 2 is everything from the SLG run. There you go. 49 Canadian, so that's like, what, 10 American? It's probably around 35 American. Ah, there it is. Does it say? 45. I was right. Oh, Volume 3 is cheaper. Duh. So Volume 2. 45. There you go. I can do math. The Marvel Gargoyles run reprint is releasing in February. Eddie Murphy's 75 years quote is always awesome and reflective as an adult. As an attorney, I sometimes watch it to remind myself of the important stuff, like Gargoyles. There's a 75-year quote. I'm gonna look it up. Probably won't come up, but... Oh, okay. It did. 75 years, that's how much. Ah, very, very good quote. I like that quote. Bit more R-rated. No, I'm not R-rated. Eddie Murphy is. I read the SLGs on the high seas. Sometimes money and being impatient will do it. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, I'm quite... The Bad Guys one is really good. I know I have the individual issues somewhere. They weren't in my bin of Gargoyles goodies. I know they're somewhere. Gotta look them up. My God, guys, it's already 9:50. We ran through this chat. Looking at my NECA collection, I need to take extra pairs of Damona's folded wings and Broadway's folded wings to edit into pairs for Angela and Hudson, since none of them are coming. Yep. Yep. Next time I go to the States, whenever the heck that's going to be, I might try and, especially for like 10 bucks a pop. Yeah, I might try just so I can get some of them some wings. And I got my figure's face changed. I don't know. Do I give you guys a hint for Tuesday's video? I don't know. This could be like a little perk. You know, you last through the whole chat and you get a preview of the next video. I don't know. Can we make Desi go into... No. Unfortunately, tonight, I once again cannot do an overtime. I am trying so hard. Somebody in town is selling a few of the original Gargoyles kids books, and I've been trying to get my hands on them. She does not make picking up very easy. I tried doing it yesterday, and my schedule just got completely effed up, so I couldn't pick them up yesterday. But at the same time, it's like, hey, I can come this day at this time. No, it's such a headache. So I'm hoping tonight, like literally, I'm gonna finish the live, put up the thumbnail, delay dinner, and go pick them up if she's available, because she's kind of away too. She's not close. So no overtime today, unfortunately. But next week I am tempted to dress up again to make up for it, because it'll be the video before Christmas. So I kind of have an idea of what... it's not going to be a Gargoyles character. It's not going to be that. But I am tempted to dress up for next week's video. Tempted. But I need to work on the wig, because the reason why I haven't been wearing my wigs lately is because the last one actually gave me a headache. So I legit need to like put on the wig throughout the week to try and avoid... It was a bad one. I ended up picking up a couple of packs of the Whispers of the Well packs, and no luck on getting any more Gargoyles. Dang it. Oh, Kentucky Fried Movies are rated. The good ones are, at least when it comes to the language. I think it's 2, you can say the F word twice. No, yes. And then it turns into an R-rated movie. This is why I hate blind packs. Like, you just... Like like I said, I asked if people wanted to pick me up something stupid for Christmas. I asked for the blockies, because like I don't care what I get. They're enjoyable. I get to build a figure. Rest in peace to get more time. Desi. Or you're having trouble with the faces. Mine just came right off. I was worried they were going to be loose. Thankfully not the... No, not for the Gargoyles figures. I've been fiddling with a figure off camera. You guys can't see. No overtime, you estimate our power. I mean, it's only 7 minutes left to go. You might win. Take some aspirin. I am not allowed to have aspirin. At least I don't think. I'm strictly only allowed Tylenol. I really enjoyed what this evening. Already looking forward to next week. Yay! I'm so happy when I hear that, because I ramble, and sometimes I think people are put off by my rambling, but unfortunately, buying loose cards can get expensive. Yeah, that's the other issue. It depends on the card. I'm hoping Lorcana people don't really know how much we want the Gargoyles cards, and therefore they might be... No, I saw a thing where they were asking like 250 bucks for a card. Honestly, the best way to deal with blind boxes, and I don't know if this would work with cards, it might, I don't know. But at least for things like blockies, you buy the entire box. With blockies specifically, this doesn't work with everything, but with blockies themselves, because they come in usually in a case of about, depending on the size, they come in a case of 9, or in a case, I think the smaller ones are a case of 15. Can't remember. If you buy the entire case, you are guaranteed one of each figure plus I think one of the rarer ones sometimes, but you are guaranteed one of every figure of the common ones. So again, if you have the money and you want to collect, that's we all ramble here, Desi. I think me more than most. I don't know. God, I'm hungry. I don't know if the mic's picking up my stomach. I really hope it's not. It really can. There's a loose Marvel Legends I want that is real expensive on eBay, like $100. Yeah, see? I hate it. That's why I hate blind packs, because people know certain ones are more rare, certain ones are more common, and then the value go like, and then you have to also remind yourself it's a piece of cardboard. But when it comes to things like that, always be patient. Sometimes it can work against you because, oh, the value went up because it's this much, and it's older and whatever. And sometimes it's like, no one collects it anymore. I'm selling it for $5. It's hit or miss whether it's going to be which way it's going to go. But either never go into debt collecting and always be patient. I kind of have to, I know. So the like the newer Transformers figures that have been coming out, the Age of the Primes, there was one figure that I saw somebody buy, and they were so excited because, guys, I got it on sale for $25 Canadian. And I was sitting there and I'm like, did you not have somebody to help you out? Because literally that figure, granted it was a 2-pack, so it was $15 for the 2-pack. I spent $15 American to get that figure, which means I paid $7.50 for that specific figure US. They paid $25 Canadian. $7.50 US is about 10, 11, 12 bucks Canadian. And it's just like, guys, you're such in a rush to get these figures in your hands that you're spending more. The way I save money is I will wait 2 years to get this figure. I don't care. I'm waiting for a sale. Give me a chance to ramble. I'll go all night, Desi. Kentucky Fried Movie does a lot more than the F word twice. It's a lot raunchier than Airplane. It's still hilarious, but okay. It makes me want to watch it more. I saw an awesome dragon tail I could have gotten you for Christmas, but I found out what it's used for. So for never mind. Oh dear. Okay, good. The mic's not sensitive enough to pick up my stomach. My stomach is not loud enough. Oh yeah, last time I was in Japan, I just got the entire gacha box of some stuff I like, see? One of my coworkers is a sports card trader on the side, and some of them are outrageously expensive. I have a literal shoebox filled with packs of hockey cards that I have never opened. I really need to. I need to see what's in there. Mostly because I just want the Leafs cards. No, not going into debt collecting. I'm stable but dedicated. I'm committed to patiently waiting for an updated version, which is likely to happen. There you go. Funny enough, there is a Gargoyle fandom there in Japan. Good. I just plan to save up for NECA, Demona, and Angela, so fingers crossed. Again, Cosmina, I wouldn't be surprised if they soon, not soon, but I wouldn't be surprised if they start showing up at Walmart and Ross for the discounted price. I think Demona has, no, Demona, excuse me, Demona has not been. But considering right now it's Goliath and Brooklyn, I think Broadway, no, not Broadway, Hudson. They're starting, they're rolling out. Give it time. I would be very surprised if every figure did not show up on discount at some point. So I was only a kid who begged their mom for a Goliath Halloween costume and got it complete with the inflatable wings. Wow. See, as a kid, I didn't even know they made the costumes. Didn't see them. So, okay. It is 9:59. We are done for the night. But yeah. You guys aren't going to keep, unfortunately, I have to end the live and message the woman to make sure that she's available before I even get into my car. I don't want to go pick up stuff when it's dark and late, but I can't say no to the OG Gargoyles books, because then I'll do another story time. I'm going to get these kids hooked on this one way or another. And plus, one of them is going to be an ASMR video. So, apparently people enjoyed the ASMR, so yay. But yes, more story times are going to be coming. But Tuesday is going to be a fun video. So make sure you guys, it's not Gargoyles, but it's still fun collecting because Tuesday I do whatever I want now. So yes, have a good night, guys. Have a good weekend. Don't go crazy with the Christmas shopping. No one go into debt for Christmas shopping, please. I don't want to see anyone, you know, struggling to pay bills or their heat or anything. You can buy gifts whenever. Wait for them to go on sale. Literally, I tell friends, I'm not buying you this until it goes on sale. You'll get it eventually. It'll still be a Christmas gift. But anyway, so be kind to yourselves, be kind to one another, be the good that you want to see in the world, and I will see you all again next Saturday. So until then, bye.